Hey guys, welcome back to Lucid Trading. Welcome back indeed. Let's see if the live stream is working. I think everything is functioning fine. Fantastic. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Make sure you tap that like button before we begin. Welcome back indeed. As you guys can see, markets are still negative, right? So we're still seeing the Nasdaq down 0.9 percentage points. The Dow is down. SPX is still down. Although it's still following this pattern that we drew previously, this beautiful arrow to the upside, so nothing surprising there. The Russell is moving up a percentage point. The 10-year is falling, right? So the 10-year is falling right here. It was up huge, although we can see right here how it's falling. It's been moving down quite a bit, which is fantastic. The Nasdaq should be pushing up, but so far we're not seeing that happen. Still seeing a lot of negative pressure because, well, the dollar is still spiking rapidly. There's another reason for stocks to be going down here, because when the dollar goes down, it generally means stocks go down. So, the dollar goes up. Sorry, the dollar's going up, stocks go down. But yeah, welcome back. Welcome back to Lucid Trading. Make sure you tap that like button, smash that like button, and absolutely destroy it. I would appreciate that. Let's get to 30 likes right now. And welcome back. Welcome back to Hung Young, Tenzo, Kronos, LFTE Fit, Rocky, M Studio, Ravi, Rick, Sal, William, Achbola, Logan. Welcome back, everybody. Alrighty, so hopefully my screen is working. Okay, yeah, there you go. I should really put on a t-shirt because it's super warm right here. It is incredibly warm here in the Netherlands. We're seeing that temperatures are rising. Hey, the temperatures are very bullish. At least that's bullish right now. Very warm over here. I'm wearing the Lucid hoodie. You guys might see this here. Wearing the Lucid hoodie right now. Might put on a t-shirt instead. I'm gonna do that in a second. Alright, so let's take a look at the Nasdaq. Nasdaq so far is still moving in the direction that we said it would be moving. It's on the 1 hour, it's looking a lot better than I expected. Although it's still moving down. Of course, it's still downtrending. This is happening as yields are still up, although not that much. You know, we're seeing yields skyrocket here, or not yields necessarily. We're seeing it fall down, but what we're seeing is that the dollar is not stopping. It's still going up. We're seeing highs being created here. The high, this recent high that we see here, we haven't seen it since pretty much November, right? So that's quite a big statement there for the markets. And, well, what the hell happened with Tesla? What the hell happened with Tesla? It went up huge, right? So this was the arrow that I had drawn previously. I think it was on the 30 minutes. What's really funny is that it's actually happened, but I would say a little bit later than expected. So Tesla did reach that 630 zone. Then it sold off, and it's still selling off right now. So very fascinating how that just happened. You know, goes to the 630, moves back to the 618, and just stops there. Alright, so yeah, Tesla's moving like crazy right now. We're still within the bearish channel, so nothing really has changed for Tesla. No reversal, no nothing. We did see it move down here slightly after that big push up. XPeng is up 5%. You guys know I'm very bullish on XPeng. I do think XPeng is going to be moving up more here. On the 1 hour, you can see it's still rallying up. On the 4 hour, about to... Look, this is incredibly bullish. I have to move that arrow, actually. But, yeah, you get what I mean. It's looking very bullish. XPeng is about to be going back to that 35 zone. It's going to test that zone again, at the least. I don't think it's going to exactly be happening today. Of course, we only have about 2 hours left, but it's up 5%. Neo, on very good news, went up 5%. If you guys remember, we drew this arrow for Neo. We drew this on the 24th of March. I expected Neo to come down initially and then rally back up. That is happening so far, which is beautiful. CCIV is following the pattern as well, I would say. I do think it's going to go up more now. CCIV is going to go up more now. Beautiful Nike arrow, swish, whatever you want to call it. AI hasn't been doing anything. C3.ai just been sitting flat at the $62. It briefly breached the $60. It touched 59.9, and it absolutely jumped. So it jumped like roughly a couple dollars there. So institutions and the market makers probably looking at C3.ai. Whenever it goes below 60, it will be pushed upwards. But yeah, so far it's looking green. Palantir is moving down still. Sitting at 21.6. It was sitting at 20 at some point, like 20.8. So that's also a price where Palantir jumped up. So we can see this huge candle to the upside. Jumped almost $1 there. Quite interesting. Snowflake is down. I mean, to be real with you guys, Snowflake moved from 204 to 235. That's a huge move. It's correcting from that move. If anything, it's going to move sideways and then gradually rally back up. I think we're still seeing a higher low, which is good. It could be rallying to the 240s very soon. So in my expectation, that's the next kind of target for Snowflake. I am personally very bullish on Snowflake, Palantir, and AI. I think all of them are sitting quite low relative to the highs that we've seen. On any kind of reversal, we're going to see like tons of upside there. Those memes in the Discord are something else. I have to agree. Some great memes there. Gara, you need to see this as a pump and dump to the downside like previous crashes. Not that it doesn't. I think it's not that. If it were a pump and dump crash, why the hell are stocks moving so slow? You've got to ask yourself this. In any crash, in every single crash, stocks move very, very fast. 20%, 30% in a couple days' time. We're not seeing this happen. I think this is still a correction. I think there's more juice in the tank than most people think. In fact, I think there's probably at least 6 months to about a year or two left, depending on what the Fed is going to do, right? I think when the Fed fund rate starts going up, that's when you have trouble. But so far, we're not seeing this happen. We do see that interest rates are going up in general, and, well, that's going to have a big impact. That could be a ticking time bomb for over the next 6 months, that we would see the stock market actually plummet by then. But for now, we're safe. I think we've got some more juice in the tank, and I think we're going to see probably a recovery rally. Although I don't think it's going to last. Look back, Gara. This is down. I've seen this. I've actually looked back. I was very worried for a while, but I've actually looked in the past, and it doesn't look similar. It looks similar in the patterns, but it doesn't look similar in the price movement. Not even close. I've looked at the dot-com, I've looked at the financial crisis, I've looked at several indices in the past. It's nowhere close to what we've seen in the past, and I think... Look, banger, this is the downside. The dollar short squeeze, you're referring that, right? So the dollar going up can go simultaneously with the market going up for a short time period. So I think maybe if the dollar keeps going up, we could still see a market rally, because at some point it's going to be insensitive to that dollar rise. People are just going to buy stocks anyway. And for some time, both of them can go up. We've seen this in the past. This happened in the dot-com. I think this also happened in the financial crisis. So for the dollar to be going up doesn't necessarily mean that we should see a crash. Those two... 1 second. Let's check ARCX. Wow, beautiful. What a beautiful chart. Let's check the 30 minutes. Let's see. There you go. No technicals on this yet. Nothing. Sitting at 20.2. Interesting. ARC space exploration innovation. I see a lot of red, not a whole lot of green. But it could be that it was pushed up higher. initially. And you know, the markets are negative in general, so. Yeah, well, historically speaking, when you would buy into the ETF of Cathie Wood, you would make profits. So going off of history, ARKX is most probably going to be rising very soon. If you just look at all the other ETFs. Just recently, we saw, of course, the downturn that we've seen with ARK, but for the most part, ARK does very well. The question is going to be: are they going to be able to like perform in this new environment that we're in? Kess Me coming in with a £2 donation and says, SOS boss. Thank you for that donation. I'll check it out right now for you. SOS. Right. This looks really messed up. Damn. I don't know what happened here. What kind of a... Must have been a stock split or something. Or share offerings. Usually you see that happen with companies that offer shares, and that's just awful. All right, let's go to 30 minutes. It's a small market cap company right now, so it's been downtrending for the past, I would say, since the 17th of February, just like other stocks out there. Yeah, it's about to be breaking out on the MACD short term, so but this is after this downturn that we've seen. I don't know much about this company. Can't say much about it, to be honest. Recent sell-offs. But it's holding this support, right? So it's not willing to go lower than this 4.6, at least historically speaking. It holds it. Sorry for that. Yeah, it's difficult to say. 30 minutes looks bullish. 4 hours. Well, it's a falling knife, right? So we know that this is like the bearish kind of zone here. So I'm expecting to potentially go to the just the $4, tap that zone, and then bounce off. It could bounce at any given moment, to be honest. Technicals are looking fine for that. Retest the $5 on SOS. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah, pretty good. Yeah, there you go. There's a huge gap right there. So that's what I mean. I didn't even see the gap, and I could tell that it probably was going to bounce there. There is a gap to be filling. I think it's going to fill the gap to the 5. If anything. All right, let's see. Do the technical analysis on the dollar around 20 April with 1 second. 20th of April. Just give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking at something here. Yeah, I have to agree. The dollar is going to go up much more. That's pretty much the case here. Monthly is very bullish. So the long-term trend on the dollar is up. But I'm not sure if the dollar is actually going to spike further the way it has been spiking. We've seen... Have we seen the dollar go overbought straight away ever? Have we ever seen that happen? I don't think so. Oh yeah, there you go. What happened there? Huge spikes in the dollar from 74 to 88. That's like, holy man, that's like 14 cents. If we get like a spike like that, it's gonna be problematic. But even then, if we look at that one, let's see, how long did it take until this it actually properly topped off? From November until January. Like, this was a year. It was like almost a whole year. This took months, right? So this spike took months. And now let's go to the stock market. What happened in November 09? Well, let's just not do that. But the point is that while this may spike further, it's going to take a while until this happens. And we know from experience that when the dollar goes up, yes, the stock market reacts negatively, but at some point it won't. It just will not do that anymore. It's for a short time span we see it react negatively, but I think stocks at some point become insensitive to that because there are also benefits to the dollar going up. It's not just negatives. All right. I don't see a reason why stocks should react super negatively to the dollar spiking over time, like over a 9-month time period. We've seen several times where the dollar does that, goes up, and stocks just remain bullish, right? So it just keeps going up. I'm not too, unless it spikes, like it's this huge spike at one go, which we haven't seen so far, but. That would have a negative impact. But right now, we don't really see that happen. At least, nothing is suggesting of this happening. Although yields are going up slightly there. It's interesting. AI is going up a percentage point. Palantir is still down. Snowflake still down. CCIV. CCIV is having a good day today. One second, guys. Dow Jones is down. Nasdaq is still down. SPX is still down. All right, I want to do some technical analysis on Nasdaq again. See if we can get some proper. See if there's anything we can say on what is happening right now. All right, so we were in this bearish channel. We're now getting out of it. So that's good. Short term, we're seeing the direction changing, right? So it is heading up. Once again, this is short term. There you go. That is the 30 minutes. So 30 minutes, generally speaking, now heading up. Higher lows. That is good. Initially broke this pattern, came down, so the rally to the downside didn't take a whole lot, like it didn't last. Let's just put it that way. So and then this, and then potentially move to the upside again. But yeah, this is good. What we're seeing on the 30 minutes, this is possibly the start of a tiny rally to the upside. Bit of a retracement back to that 13,000. Especially seeing this on the 1 hour. Potential MACD cross happening again here. I would say that definitely looks bullish to me. But it's also mostly dependent on like what we're going to see tomorrow with yields. Of course, tomorrow, the 31st of March, it's going to be very evident what's going to be happening there with the SLR exemption. So we'll see what happens there. I think for the most part, we're still in the clear. We're out of the mud waters. Yes, the Nasdaq is down, 0.8%. But so, you know, the Dow Jones is also down. SPX is down. Today, the Russell's really doing good. 1.4% to the upside, while the other indices are down. This is happening as the dollar is pretty much going up, which is bad for the markets, generally speaking. And, well, we're not seeing everything green, which is a good thing. Or we're not seeing everything red. We're seeing some green. We're seeing some positivity there. JP Morgan is up. Goldman Sachs is up. Morgan Stanley is up. We see recovery stocks like CCL, AAL doing pretty good right now. Value stocks doing really bad. Look at that. Interesting. Interestingly enough. So value stocks are suffering. Banks are doing good because yields are up. Tesla's going up. Look at that. Gara, use your one-of-a-kind technical analysis. See when we will green. Okay, so I think we're going green again right now. As we speak, we're going to kind of see a bit of a rally to the upside here. Going to retest the 13,000s again, right? So hopefully it's going to create a higher high and actually get us to at least that 13,100 to that zone. That would be fantastic. But yeah, the general trend has been lower and lower and lower. So hopefully retest that resistance, potentially breach it. If it breaches it, it's going to be like a parabolic run from there, pretty much. But this would be my expectation, you know, after we've seen yields go up, after we've seen the dollar go up, both of them probably going to be flattening out for at least a day or two. What do you think about solar energy stocks? Do you have any in the portfolio today? I don't. I think they're a little bit overhyped right now. But they could be, yeah, well, they're looking cheap right now. But it's really difficult to see which one of the companies are actually doing something useful and which of them are actually just on the markets to gain a huge market cap. It's going to be difficult to see who is going to be the winner. That's the hardest part, I would say. To weed out the ones that are actually there only for the hype and pick the one that is actually, you know, the most efficient. You would have to do some research on that, but... Alright, so I said that Tesla was going to move up. It initially went down and then moved to my target, so to be fair. I think Tesla, this is looking very predictable. Look at that. It's moving very predictably right now. Yeah, I think the next move would be towards that 680. Potentially. So more upside coming for Tesla, I would say. Probably more upside coming. We're also getting closer and closer to deliveries and also to earnings. Although we've got a couple, I think it's going to be in May, right? So in April, we're going to have deliveries, and it's going to be April this week, so people are going to start buying in for that. Yeah, there you go. And we have the 4-hour MACD cross happening right there. RSI sitting at neutral. Let's see, does RSI sit at neutral when we rally? Not really. Let's check the 30 minutes. 30 minutes is bullish. 4 hours. 4 hours about to be crossing. Daily chart. Daily chart looking extremely bullish. Yeah, I think Tesla's about to be breaking out, actually. We might see tiny amounts of downside, but it looks like right now, if it breaches this resistance zone, because there's this resistance right there. It's sort of breaching that already. If it breaches it properly, and this continues, I'm expecting Tesla to go back to roughly 660, 680, that zone. So just roughly to that zone there. Maybe it's a little bit of a tiny time zone or a time frame for this move. 1 second. 1 hour was looking solid, right? So yeah, nevertheless, I do think Tesla's about to be running back upwards. We didn't quite get to that 570 zone, which is no problem. Yeah, if anything, move to that 680. If it breaches it, next level I'm looking at is this zone right here, 720s. The 720s is actually very, very solid resistance, to be honest. So the 720s would be the next level that I would be looking at. I'm just going to check the Fibonacci retracements. So maybe it's going to help out here. Give some... Alright. So at first 640. 670s. Yeah, 670s. 680s. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So I'm looking at the 680s right now. Initially, you know, it goes to 640, but yeah, once it breaches 640, I think 680 is going to be very, very easy to get. Oh my, look at that. Nasdaq is not going down more. I think, look, you have to understand, the way I am looking at this is as long as the Nasdaq is not selling off as if there's a market crash, I'm happy. Because I know for a fact, if you wait long enough and there's no market crash, at some point, stocks are going to recover. We're not going to see all-time highs after all-time highs. We're going to see stocks recover. And if you've bought the dip when stocks were down 50%, 60%, 70%, and stocks recover, well, guess what? That's like, you're about to get a lot of gains, because just on the recovery, you're going to probably see like 20% upside, 30% upside, 40% upside. Meanwhile, people that bought into value stocks, they're going to see their stock flatten out pretty much, because well, we've seen value stocks rally substantially, and they might go up a little bit further, but I don't think it's going to keep on having the same momentum that we've seen with value stocks. For example, the big banks. I don't think that banks are going to keep going up the way they've been going up, which is like, oh yeah, let's go up like 20% like it's nothing. I think that's going to stop. I think it's going to slowly rally from here on out. But yeah, there's a lot of opportunity to be... there's a lot of opportunity in the growth and tech sector right now as they're pushed down substantially. And I bought the dip in AI, I bought the dip in Palantir, many other growth and tech stocks. I don't personally like these so-called value stocks as much personally, because I think they're bloated. I think the whole market is bloated, and I'm swing trading right now. So I would say with AI, it's a bit of a love and hate relationship regarding swing trading. But yeah, for the most part, I do think that growth and tech stocks are going to do much better on the short term if you've bought the dip, which is like if you buy a stock when it's down 50% and it goes up 20%, you're pretty much winning right there. But most people didn't buy the dip. Most people have been in these stocks even before the downturn. What is happening here? You're like 40% down on AI. I'm not down 40% on AI. Today is a much better day than yesterday despite the negative. I think the market is just fine. It's just fine. We're not seeing too much negativity. It's only down 0.7% after the Suez Canal story, after the hedge fund blowing up. Come on, this is very mild. This is not something to be worried about. Tesla's already going up. Like I said, breached the 4 hours there. Looks like we're going to see more momentum coming in here. At least that would make a lot of sense. Although the 30 minutes do indicate like, hey, maybe initially go down and then head back up. But the idea is like we're going to see some upside in the coming days for Tesla stock. I would say the same thing is going to be true for most EV companies out there, at least the popular ones. Russell, look at that, the Russell. Damn. Yeah, it's about to be topping out though. It seems like we're seeing another. Well, to be honest, is it topping out? Let me check. What's the 1 hour doing? It could keep running, but I would say I don't think it's going to create a higher high though. So it's still looking a bit bearish there. Although 2 hours look a lot better, looking a way better. 4 hours, yeah, it could mean we could see an uptrend here, to be honest. Have we seen this before? Have we seen this pattern before? Yeah, I'm actually bullish on the Russell, at least from what I'm seeing. Although this movement is kind of worrisome. We haven't seen a lower high. Look at that. Haven't seen a lower high here. Got very close though, but we didn't see that happen. And if anything, we'll see some sideways movement and then a move to the upside again. I don't think the Russell's down. Although this, what we're gonna see in the weekly right here, that is a bit, you know, you kind of don't want to see that. You know, that's not the most bullish signal, like the weekly crossing there. But it's not the first time we're seeing this with the Russell. So we might see some more upside, given that the daily doesn't look that terrible. It's actually just moving sideways. So I'd say more sideways movement for the Russell. Similar to what we saw right here. Potentially sideways movement to the upside though. Let's see. Apple WWDC sneak peek. Apple glasses. Oh yeah. That will be very crucial. Tesla's pumping. Just like I said, 4 hours was breaching. Well, it is pumping right now, as we speak. Has gone up a couple dollars. C3.ai is now up 1.08%. Still sitting at the bottom of the bottom, though. So no signs of a proper rally. Still stuck in this bearish channel. Is there... Yeah, so... Will it go up? That is the question. Tomorrow there is going to be an event for C3.ai. I have high hopes myself. I do think we might see a bit of a rally. But yeah, if the markets are negative, who knows? Could still stay down. Alright, so XPeng up 5%. There you go. Neo is going up. This was to be expected. I mean, Neo was sitting so low right there. Good news came out, I think it was regarding their production numbers. So yeah, Neo. I think Neo is about to be going back to the 40s again, and it's going to stay there for good, probably. I don't think we're going to reach the 30s again. I don't think Neo's going to be going back to the 30s. It's going to be an event where, like, hey, it's sitting at $30. Well, next week we'll probably be at 40, and a couple weeks from there at the 50s. And then maybe we don't see it at the 30 at all. That's my expectation. When do you see Palantir to 40? So yeah, Palantir to 40. I mean, if we're lucky, if the markets are moving to the upside, if Palantir has demo day, if Wall Street Bets somehow gets a liking to Palantir again, well, yeah, probably middle of April it's going to jump to 40. If we're lucky. If not, I think potentially around earnings. Why around earnings? Because I think there is a slither of a chance that Palantir is going to be profitable for the first time in 17 years. There's a chance it's going to happen. So, I'm not saying it's certain, but there's a chance that their next earnings, they're going to surprise everybody. Like, oh gosh, they have profits. Who knows? We'll see. One second. Mid-April, yeah. I mean, if we're lucky, like I said, if we're very, very lucky, it could shoot up the same way it shot up right there. But if not, it's going to go to the $30 range. If we're, no, 35 maybe, but that's mid-April. Earnings, who knows, if earnings, if they report some profits, it could jump to 40, maybe even higher than that. We've seen Snowflake sit at like what, 120 billion market cap. I don't think Snowflake is much better than Palantir, to be honest. I think Palantir is on par or better than Snowflake. So if Snowflake can be sitting at like 120 billion market cap, for sure Palantir will be sitting there. And that would give it like a $60 per share valuation, which is not too crazy. Although the price to sales would be sitting super high. If the market is really bullish and if there's enough hype, we could see Palantir at $60 at some point in the summer. The owner of Wall Street Bets is here, and he's asking what stock should be the next target. I don't know. Let's see. All right, so I was with the Nasdaq, right? So I said that the Nasdaq would be bouncing. Now, why did I say this? Because it seems like the 4 hours is about to be crossing bearish. Seems like it's... No, it's not crossing. Okay, interesting. Not crossing. 2 hour time frame. I think it was the 1 hour, right? I think it was the 1 hour. Yeah, there you go. The 1 hour was looking quite interesting. So yeah, it would bounce off and rally back upwards, sort of similar to what we saw here. It's like a miniature version of that, but then this time around, right there. Technicals would allow it. I think the market it hasn't gone up in quite a bit. Short-term technicals are looking properly, looking proper, right? So yields. Ooh, that looks bad. I think yields are about to go up again. Yep. No, not necessarily, to be honest. 15 minutes. Okay, so we've seen a cross in the 15 minutes. So what's happening here is pretty much this. Since the 29th of March. This is kind of the bullish channel on yields. Pretty much. So if I can believe this, right, what we saw in the 30 minutes, we might see a bit of a jump here again. Just a tiny jump. Probably to the 1.75 on yields. It's realistic, I would say. But whether it's going to go to the 1.8, I am not certain about that. I don't think so. I think it's most likely going to create a lower high right there. Which, if yields go up, that would be bad for the Nasdaq, of course. In general, that's been the case here. Tesla's still going up, which is good. This is pulling the Nasdaq back up higher. Let's see. There you go. Gold. Look at the gold. Oh my gosh. Wow, that is just fascinating. So gold has been plummeting substantially, right? So it's been going down 1.8% here. Wow. Daily chart is about to be crossing as well here. So what is this? What does that mean for gold? Is it about to be going lower? Is it about to go to the 1500s potentially? It seems like it. At least if that happens, and it goes oversold, it could plummet all the way through. One second, let me just check this out. There is a support right there. That is a support that I don't think it wants to be breaching through. Yeah, that looks just too bearish to not say that it's gonna. Yeah, it's probably gonna be falling back to that. Probably bounce from there. But yeah, gold is probably gonna be going down a bit further than that. Which basically means that there's a chance that the dollar is probably gonna be rising. There you go. That's the dollar. Oh. Yields popping to over 1.8, then over 2% in a few days. I still doubt that. Gold, it's not looking that bad. It might drop a little bit further, but I don't think it's going to... Let me check the weekly chart. 1 second. Yeah, there you go. Gold is actually about to be bottoming out. I think gold is about to be bottoming out, like, properly. At least that's what's shown on the weekly. Yeah, and it hasn't bottomed out like this in a while. So, it would be an opportunity, if anything, to get some cheap gold. In comparison to what we've seen, right? But then you go to the monthly chart, and that is a completely different story. Monthly chart is indicating that we're just seeing, well, basically MACD cross, RSI going lower, which means that the trend for gold is going to be down. So, which probably also is going to mean, like, you know, we saw that the dollar was going to be rising. The dollar is going to keep on rising the coming months and probably the coming year. And you would expect gold to be, in fact, going down as that's happening. And what do we know as well is that generally right before a market crash, this phenomenon is interesting, gold actually goes down. Right? There you go. Gold going down. Right after the market crash, it goes up. So, yeah, we're going to see gold go down for a while. On the short term, you might see a spike on the weekly, which would entail that, you know, it maybe goes up to 1800 again before it goes down. But I would say that gold is, you don't want to be nowhere near to gold. It is not going to be good. Alrighty. Look at that. AI is up 1.4%. Interesting. People are buying into AI because there's this demo tomorrow, so that might be the reason why AI is actually going up. Let's see. 30 minutes on the Nasdaq. Nasdaq is still holding up. I would say probably see a bit of a reversal there. Right. There you go. It's still trending up. Let's see. There you go. BNGO is up 4.2%. I mean, I'm quite bullish on BNGO. Nano Dimension is up 1.1%. I mean, for the most part, it's just the recovery stocks that are doing really well, which, to be fair, was expected. Fill the gap on American Airlines. Alright, so we've got roughly 7 minutes left until Power Hour. And, yeah, well, we're going to be seeing what's going to be, what the markets are going to be delivering us in Power Hour. But so far, it's, you know, we've seen the markets kind of trend negatively. Although on the 30 minutes or 15 minutes, we saw that we're seeing a tiny uptrend from, you know, this downtrend that we have seen. And it could potentially extend further out. And we're also seeing a MACD cross, recent MACD cross, I think an hour ago on the 30 minutes, which could also mean that, you know, stocks are heading up for the next hour. Tesla's pumping, look at that, going back to the 628. Like we've said, Tesla looking very bullish. 4-hour MACD cross, RSI sitting pretty good. We're right at the lower end of this, well, I would say, descending wedge. So we're seeing a lot of stocks in the green now. Let's get some hype music. Wow. All right. So what about digital gold? Bitcoin. Bitcoin has been doing well. In comparison to the market, it's been doing super well, actually. It's about to be crossing as well. So I'm expecting Bitcoin to be rallying a lot. This is an ascending wedge, right? So if we would draw this properly. Yeah, you get what I mean. You could even stretch it back down to this point. We're going to be seeing it roughly around 70,000 very soon. I would say probably middle of April, end of April. That's that zone where I would say Bitcoin might be sitting at 70K. Let's see. I want to check if AI is seeing any particular patterns that we might be looking at. Nothing really special, to be honest. We're seeing the same patterns over and over again. Although, do notice how, like, pump, dump, pump, dump. So there has to be a dump very soon. Either the pattern is broken, which would mean we would see a reversal to the upside, or it just goes sideways. So, in any case, if we see higher highs, one higher high is enough to be like, all right, this is it. It's not going down anymore. But we haven't seen that yet for C3.ai, unfortunately. Let me see. All right, it's going to be Power Hour in roughly 4 minutes from now. Let's get to 150 likes right now. Tap that like button like you've never tapped a like button before. I would appreciate that. 3 more minutes now. So in 3 minutes, we're going to see what happens with the market. We know that Friday, the stock market is going to be closed because of the fact that it's going to be Good Friday. Let me check if that's actually the case. Good Friday. Yeah, 2nd of April, Friday. So the market is going to be closed on Friday. So we have today, tomorrow, and after tomorrow. So it's going to be quite crucial. So interesting, right? So it's like right at the beginning of April, we have Good Friday, and we have the weekend, and Easter, of course, coming up. I can't believe it. We're finally in April, and the stock market is closed. You know, like at the time, you know, when we're actually in April, for the most part, the stock market is going to be closed in the first week of April. So yeah, the 1st of April is going to be the only day that we're actually going to see the stock market open in the first week, for the most part. Tesla's still rallying. Look at that, 628.2, 629. There you go. Proper MACD cross on the 4 hours. Never lets you down. Look at that. Hey, Nasdaq is now going up, as expected. It's pumping. About to be crossing on the 1 hour as well. So it's still going up. About to do that right now. Right there. Very close. Sitting at 12,900. It is a resistance level. So let's see if it's going to actually stay there. 2 more minutes left until the markets are open. And we're going to get to 200 likes in 2 minutes. Let's get there. Tap that like button. Would appreciate that a lot. Markets are pumping. There you go. Green candles. That's what we want to see. Tesla's going up. XPeng is going up. Neo is going up. CCIV. Look at that green. 7% on CCIV. 6% on Neo. 5.6% on XPeng. Now Tesla following along. 2.9% to the upside. Even AI is going up, right? So that's how you know when the market's actually going bullish again. The Nasdaq is still pulling up, about to be crossing on the 1 hours. That's pretty sweet, right? Although, of course, it's not going to go up in one line. We might see some red candles before it actually starts moving rapidly. But yeah, power hour starting in roughly 30 seconds. Let's go. Gara, let's see the merch. Oh, you want to see the merch? We've got some lovely, lovely merch right here. It's the hoodie, the Lucid hoodie. We've got a lot of merch. Link is in the description if you want to get some merch. If you're interested in that, link is going to be down below in the description. S. Nobacht coming in with a €2 donation and says, can you check TPGY? They merged with EV Box. I'll check it right now. Power hour has begun. Let's see what the markets have for us. AI going up to 63, climbing out of the rut that it's in. Tomorrow there's an event for C3.ai, so it's going to be quite interesting what's going to happen there, right? So we basically have a demo day coming up for AI. Anyway, let's go back to, what was it? TPGY? I have no idea. Let me just check. TPGY. So yeah, TPGY is up 5.4% after being down substantially, right? So it's going to be merging with EV Box. It's a blank check, probably. Alright, so it's been downtrending. It's been downtrending. It's, well, massive gap there. Interesting. Yeah. I think, yeah, there's some upside to be made here. I don't know if it's going to actually breach through the 20s, but it looks like we're about to see the 20s again. Or at least get close to that. That level, that's going to be where we're going to be rallying towards. The $20, $21, somewhere around that range. Also, we're seeing a higher low. That is good to be seeing. And yeah, so far markets are not going down further. We're seeing yields going down, dollars going down slightly. The Russell keeps spiking up, which is an interesting phenomenon. I think the Russell is moving higher there. At least it could be the case. Above the 2,220s could be possible there. The DXY is seeing a bit of weakness at that. What is it? 93.28? What is happening with AAPL? So did the Nasdaq make a higher low? Yeah, we're seeing that happen as we speak. It's about to be breaching on the 1 hour. So like I said, it's not going to go up in one line, but there's a huge probability that before the end of the day, it does go up further. Let's say the probability is high right here. Just has to breach. Momentum is ready for that to be happening. Unless yields or the dollar goes up if there is like negative news. But so far so good. What is happening with Apple? Okay, so let's check Apple. I think that's going to be nice to be checking out right now. Let's check Apple for a moment. Oh yeah, it's about to be breaching on the 4 hours as well. Give me one moment. Give me one moment. All right, I'm back. Whew. Alrighty. So what is happening with Apple? Like, I'm actually curious. What are we seeing? I haven't looked at Apple in a while. Pump, dump, pump, dump, pump, dump. We're seeing lower highs, of course, but we're seeing the downward pressure. Actually, people don't want to sell. People don't want to buy. It's going sideways. Still, yeah, still in a wedge. Pretty much. Still in a wedge. Moment of truth is going to be soon. For the most part. Yeah, so I would say right now it seems more like we're about to be breaking out of this to the upside, to be honest. But let's check the 4 hours. 4 hours, kind of looking undecisive. If anything, what I'm seeing here is potentially flatten out again and then huge run. Yeah. This will be the first week of April. I'm gonna have to verify that on the day. Yeah, daily chart looks pretty sweet for like a move to the upside, to be really frank. There's also fundamental, I would say, there's a fundamental catalyst coming very soon, which is going to just carry the stock higher, I would say. Now, ARK sold Apple yesterday. Yeah, that could also play into the sentiment. But whether ARK is selling or buying Apple is not going to have a big impact on whether Apple is a good company or not. I think Apple is fantastic. Fundamentals are great. They have been doing really good, and I think they're going to be pretty good. The Nasdaq is now rallying again. Look at that. Beautiful. Beautiful. MACD cross on the 1 hour about to be happening, or it has already happened. Look at that. So 1 hour MACD cross is confirmed. Now let's see if we can get a proper rally back to the 13,000s. Like right before the day ends. I don't think it's going to happen, but it would be lovely. It would be like a massive candle. But it's going up slightly. And Tesla's almost sitting at 630. Like I said, also a MACD cross on the 4 hour here. And enough, I would say, momentum to be taking it higher. All right, let's see what's happening here. ARK sold Apple yesterday. Yeah, we know that. Tesla's going to 633. I think Tesla's going to go to 640, to be honest. I think it's going to go to 640. And after that, it's going to go to 6... I think the next level, the next proper level would be like 680. Tesla's doing good. In terms of stock price, doing A-okay. Oh, guys, we're almost at 200 likes. We're getting there. Let's go. Tap that like button once more. Nasdaq's still popping. Look at that. It's not even crossing. It's not even crossing in the 4 hours. Like, nah, we're bouncing off. RSI is heading up. I want to check some other metrics here. I think I forgot to grab the EMAs. Moving average exponential. I think it was this one, right? There you go. Beautiful. It's about to be crossing over these EMAs. Hopefully it's going to happen. I want to check what's happening on the daily. Alright, so on the daily chart, what you can see, let me just remove the volume. You see that it's kind of having a troubling time going above the 20-day moving average and the 50-day moving average. It's right there. And it's not once, it's 3 times that it could not breach above those levels. And the times that it did breach it, well, we've seen this lower, pretty much lower highs every single time. And that might be because if you look at the weekly chart, where are these levels sitting at? Okay, so we're way above the levels on the weekly chart. Thank you, God, that we're above those levels. So yeah, you would expect it to kind of move towards that 13,000, roughly 100 to 80, that kind of level. And that would be another resistance point. If it breaches through it, it's going to properly rally back to the 13,300s, 400s-ish. If we're lucky, it goes to the 13,600s throughout April. But nevertheless, I do think April is going to be a very, very bullish month for the Nasdaq. Speaking about bullishness, Russell 2000 is up 1.7% today, which is good. But, we've seen the Russell 2000 go down, like, a lot. So this is just a small portion of the losses that we've seen on the Russell 2000. But it's doing a lot of these small cap companies. Look at Tesla, actually. Not referring Tesla as a small cap, but Tesla's up to the 630.9, which we just expected of Tesla to be doing. Because why? Well, because technicals were looking sweet. And there you go. Tesla's still running. XPeng almost up 6%. NEO is up 6%. CCIV up 8.5%, which is also what we expected there. Beautiful. It's just like AI What is happening here? Like, it's still sitting at 63. Same with Palantir at 21.9. It's up 0.8% though, so that's good. We're finally seeing some movement, right? So it's been a while. Darn it. Alright, so Nasdaq is still not going down much more there. That looks good to me, I'd have to say. Let's see what's happening there. Where will Tesla be tomorrow or Thursday? I think Tesla, if anything, is going to be sitting way higher. I'm expecting this zone, right? So, well, if it doesn't breach, it's going to be roughly that zone. But I do think it's going to be breaching to the upside. That's 670, 680, that kind of zone by the end of this week, probably before, you know, Good Friday, which is Thursday. It's possible. It is definitely possible, I would say. Well, to be honest, yeah, it's going to be difficult to get over the 650s as well, I think. This zone will be, it's going to be some resistance that it has to go through. But I do think with current technicals, it should be possible. It looks so, it's actually looking a lot like what we saw in the past, actually. Interesting. Yeah. To be really frank. And then you had this double top phenomenon. No, it's not actually that, but not not exactly, but oh wait, I got it. So what I meant is this. Does this look even a tiny amount like what we're seeing right now? No, not even, no. No, actually this was a lot more bullish. What we're seeing right now is just lower low after lower low after lower low. That's not what you want to be seeing. Yeah. Have we seen this before? Yeah, I guess this does look more like it, this zone. In fact, it looks a lot like it. Even as technically, looking at the technicals, it looks a lot like it, actually. Darn it. So. And then we had the MACD cross, and it moved roughly 15%. Well, guess what? If this moves 15%, it goes to the 700s-ish. But yeah. Let's see. I'm looking at the live chart right now. Tesla 10x by 2023. I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. Do you know about Microvision? Yeah, we've covered Microvision back when Microvision was like a penny stock. Tesla's popping. Let's go. 631.9. It keeps going. It keeps going up. And this is happening with the Nasdaq just sitting down and flat. 632. 632.2. Remember, it was sitting at 623, and I said it was going to pop because of the 4 hours looking very juicy. And it's still going. We're about to be reaching that 633 again. In fact, we're probably going to be exceeding that. But yeah, it's just the whole market right now going up. I think. Yeah, there you go. Nasdaq is also moving up. It's just the whole stock market in general moving up there. Fascinating. 633 about to come in here. At least looks like it. And we've got XBang up 6.4%. Neo is up 5.8%. CCIV is now almost up 9%. Didn't it start out the day? I think it started out the day negative. Now it's up 9 percentage points. What the hell? you know what I mean? Tesla's now sitting at 634.7, and it's still popping. It's gonna keep going. I think Tesla's about to go to the 660s in this short time span. But yeah, this is Power Hour. There you go. Lots of volume coming in there. And the Nasdaq is also going up. Yields are actually going down. The dollar is going down, which is, very positive for the stock market, I would say. So good stuff. So far, we're seeing the market recover from that downturn. And I think it's going to keep recovering. And I think we're going to be talking about what we have seen in the market so far. In the past tense, basically, oh, remember that time when the market was correcting and nobody bought the dip? I think that's going to be the case, pretty much. I think nobody bought the dip. Everybody's very tough and talks about buying the dip when stocks are going up, but then when actually stocks go down, who's really buying the dip, right? That's the question. I personally bought some. I have to say, I haven't been dollar cost averaging at my best lately. If you guys know, bought a lot of C3.ai recently. Could have had a lower average, but to be honest, lots of people got AI at like 180. I got AI at an average of about what is it? I think it was like 84 or something. Yeah, 84. So it's still down huge from that, but I do think I could recuperate the losses within this year, so I don't mind personally. I also hold Tesla, I hold XBang, I hold Palantir, I think I hold CCIV as well. I'm gonna have to look at my portfolio, but I'm holding a lot of other stocks that I'm currently focusing on because, of course, they've been dipping down huge, and I bought the dip for many of those stocks, or whatever you want to call it. I bought the bottom, the dip, the bottom, the woozy. Let's see. All right. Should I buy Palantir? It's sitting at $22. Huh. I'm very tempted to load up on Palantir actually right now. It looks actually quite attractive. Ooh. Sitting at 21.9. Gary, you probably already know, but in case you don't, if you press shift and left mouse click on a candle, you have a percentage price change on view. So let me check. 1 second. You press shift. Yeah, the problem is if I do that, I can really mess up my my own live stream because I've got these shortcuts that I'm using, and I have to use like shift and everything else. So that's why I don't use it that often. But yeah, there you go. I guess I can use this, but for the most part, I mean, it is useful. I could use it more often, to be honest. I should be using it more often. I'll see. Whenever I want to use it, I'll use it, okay? So if you want me to use that, sure thing. CCIV is popping. Look at that. CCIV is up, and I've been saying in the past, you know, it was going to bottom out at the 20s and then pop to the upside because there's a lot of momentum in CCIV, lots of hype, lots of people want to buy the dip in CCIV. So, well, there you go. It's going up 10%. Nasdaq is being stubborn, not going above the daily chart resistances. Yeah, there you go. It's not quite... Wait, what? Oh, okay, it's sitting right here. Never mind. Never mind. So it previously didn't want to go above these EMAs, though. And so far, it's recovering towards those EMAs. The 100-day moving average, this is a light blue line you can see right here. That is where we see support. It breached it right here. Of course, it was the huge downturn that we have seen. But so far, it's not willing to go below that level, or at least it goes there for a tiny amount of time and boosts upwards almost instantaneously. What is happening there? He has FOMO. What are you thinking about? I don't have FOMO. What are you? I don't have FOMO. Are you accusing me of FOMO? Let's see. I don't even know what FOMO is. I never have FOMO. Let's see. Daily chart. Yeah, I mean, I think it looks very attractive at 21.9. It looked even better at 20.8. I'm so tempted to load up on some Palantir. Load up on some sweet, sweet, sweet Palantir. Palantir. 40 billion market cap, right? 40 billion market cap. Two hours looking just okay. 1 hour looking just okay. 30 minutes looking a-okay. Yeah, what the fear is of most people is that it's going to downtrend again to the 20s. I don't think that's going to happen, actually. Weekly chart, neutral, daily chart. Just recently crossed down. We've got the... I am so tempted to get more Palantir, actually. I am so tempted to get more Palantir. I think the next move we're going to see with Palantir is going to be colossal. It's going to be colossal. For the demo day. I am so tempted. Right now. Of course, I've got roughly 4K in cash left. I put like 1,000 in C3.ai today. I think I'm going to wait. I think I'm going to wait. Just a little bit. I do like Palantir at that price. I want to get it, but I'm like, I'm also going to have some liquidity on the side. Alright. I think Palantir is probably going to go up. I'm going to probably miss out on the rally, but it's whatever. I think having some cash on the side, regardless, is still going to be quite valuable. One sec. Yeah. Nasdaq is pulling up. Very good. Wow. Peru Invest. Peru West. Peru Invest be financing the channel. Thank you so much for that donation, Peru. Thank you. And he says, you know what is next? Fastly and Fubo, not financial advice. Oh yeah, I'm not a financial advisor, guys. I have to say this every single live stream. I am not a financial advisor. Do remind yourself of this, because I educate, I entertain. That's what I do. That's Lucid Trading, right? So I show you my place. Do your own due diligence. Do not take anything that I say and draw on the charts as financial advice. But yeah, thank you, Peru, for that $50 donation. Appreciate that a lot. He says, you know what's next? Fastly and Fubo. Well, I want to actually take a look at Fastly. I haven't looked at Fastly in a while. I have a feeling that I've actually done a prediction on this and it went wrong. Yeah. Well, it didn't quite exactly go super wrong, but I expected some more sideways movement, which happened, and then I expected a bit of a rally there. Well, guess what? Didn't happen. So for the most part, wrong prediction. I expected it to top out here, come down, and then move. It didn't move. Well, it was mostly because the Nasdaq didn't want to react. But yeah. Alright, so Fastly, yeah, Fastly does look kind of solid. Bit of a trend going on there. Daily charts, yeah, not bad. It could have crossed right there. It's not doing that so far, and I'm expecting the Nasdaq to not be that negative. Yeah, Fastly does look interesting. Now, what's happening on the weekly? Weekly has been downtrending. It's been downtrending for a while, like many other tech companies. It's at the 7.4 billion market cap. It's growing super fast. Yeah, a bit of a bump there, probably. I don't know how long that's gonna last though. But I am expecting Fastly to be moving. Given that this is a strong support, it's been holding up. I expect it to rally throughout April. But I don't think it's going to reach all-time highs. I think we're going to see another low. So, right in that zone, maybe the $100 could be reached, which is quite substantial, right? That would be a run of about 50% until May. I think certainly that would be possible. It is possible. It's definitely possible. We've seen Fastly run even faster than that, actually. Fastly running fast, hey. Kind of. I think it will struggle right at the 80s, but it could reach 100. And it's given that we have a gap here until the 90s, so especially at $90 level, that could be reached. So $92. Then if we're lucky, like to 100, and maybe if we're really lucky to like 107 for earnings, but we'll see. I do think Fastly is going to do well. They have fundamentals, you know. It's not just hot air. They actually have earnings. Yeah. And the other one was Fubo. I personally don't really like Fubo. So I said it was going to pop. It did pop slightly, but whatever. I'm not very fond of Fubo. I think it's a little overhyped because the revenue growth is not very special. But yeah, I think Fubo is ready to see a bit of a bounce as well. Given that it's in a bearish channel. I don't think it's going to get out of this bearish channel, though. At least not as fast as people are thinking. Might pop again throughout April to the 28. If there's a lot of hype, if there's a lot of momentum, we might see another spike. But I'm 28, 30-ish. That's the zone that I'm looking at for Fubo. If there's fundamental news, it's going to run even faster, run even higher. But so far, that's what I'm looking at. So, yeah. not bad. At least at this bottom, at the $20, it's kind of cheap. But this is assuming that fundamentals are going to stay the same, right? Stay good. Good fundamentals, it's going to run. Bad fundamentals, it's going to sell off like there's no tomorrow. Wow. So, I have no freaking words. I'm speechless. CCIV just run like is running 10%. EVs all doing well. AI's up 2%. Palantir is going up now. Snowflake is sleeping. Apple, I don't know what's happening with Apple. I mean, what is happening with Apple, right? Like, what the hell? It's just moving sideways. We don't really see that happen. At least when we see it move sideways, it pops right after. So that's still what I think is going to be happening with Apple. It's getting ready to launch itself to some juicy levels. Yeah. That is just huge. You know, revenue of about $274 billion. Just set to get like, I think over $300 billion this year. Apple's doing sweet. I think they're not complaining. SAA coming in as a Lucid Explorer. Thank you so much for joining. And I've got some news for the YouTube members out there. There's going to be a revamp for the icons and for the emojis. There's going to be some new ones coming in. Just so you guys know, I think the current ones are a little bit outdated. I think a lot of people are going to like it, but yeah. And regarding the updates that I usually do, I couldn't do them because I had some health issues. Didn't have enough time. I will be doing more of those because I'm feeling a lot better. So yeah, lots of perks coming in for the YouTube members and Patreons. Hopefully everything is going to go back to normal now, as I'm don't have that many problems with my health. So yeah. Gara, what is that the time for the event for C3.ai? Oh, a good question. I think a couple days ago I had a link to that. I can't find it anymore for some reason. I've been trying to find it. But yeah, there is an event the 31st. At least that's what I know for a fact. Let me check news. Yeah, they were going to do another demo day or something. The 31st. I think it was either on Reddit where I found the link to that, but... Give me 1 second. I'm actually going to find this right now because I think it might be crucial because it's tomorrow and we've been following C3.ai closely. It's going up 2.3% right now. The Nasdaq is also going up, which is very good. Moving as predicted right now. So far it's moving as predicted. There you go. Alrighty. I think I actually found it on Wall Street Bets. I wouldn't be surprised. Somebody posted it there, or it was just in Reddit in general. 1 second. Yeah, I found there was news about AI actually being added to the Russell, but there was also some news about the demo. I don't know if I was looking at this on Wall Street Bets necessarily. Could have been just on the internet. 31st of March. Yeah, if anybody finds it, because I do remember for the 31st of March, it was going to be an event. C3 is popping. Yeah, let's go. Let's see. Got 2 notifications. Oh my phone is pretty much dying. I'm gonna have to put it in the charger. There you go. Oh yeah, Tesla's still popping. Yeah, fantastic. March 31st at 2 p.m. Molid Mohammed says, "How did you find that? I couldn't find it myself. I don't know where you were looking, but I couldn't find the date. Am I looking wrong? Because I couldn't even find it on their own site. I went to their site and it says news, and I was like, okay. So news, nothing happening there. At least not for them. Events. Yeah, there you go. Events. Nothing there. Customers, resources. C3.ai live. Oh, there you go. Found it. Okay. Found it. Yeah. I don't know. Should we actually live stream that? I think I want to live stream that. That would be interesting. C3.ai live streams lab, automated AI that anyone can use. Yeah. That will be an interesting one, actually. You can. Okay, I'm gonna link this to everybody out there who's actually interested in this. So that's the link. It takes you to the site, and it says the 31st of March. That's when the event is, which is, obviously tomorrow. It's gonna be, I think, 2 p.m. or something. And yeah, we'll cover it. I think it's gonna be interesting to watch. See what they have to offer us. They've actually showed their products before. There's just not enough hype behind this, or at least behind the public is not excited about this as much as, for example, Palantir. Register. I'm going to have to register for this. I'm going to register for this right now. Job title, trader, company, Lucid Trading. Let's go. All right, they're going to... Okay, cool. Signed up for that. We'll be watching that tomorrow, either on or off live stream, or we'll see what happens there. Carlos Gomez coming in with a $2 live stream, $2 donation, and says, "Please check Ebon. I keep buying the dip." Thank you for that donation, Carlos. We'll take a look at it. Let me check Ebon. I think I said it was bullish, right? And it kind of sold off. Problematic. I think the trend is up. Trend is definitely up, but I think I said it was on the 4 hours, actually. I don't know where I drew this arrow. Yeah, I was foreseeing this MACD crossover, but before it happened, it actually took another dump right there. I don't know if that's... I think that was with the market. I have no idea. No. The market wasn't going down that much yesterday, but it did go down. But I think it's now uptrending. I do think it's going to continue going up to the $10 still. That's still what I'm looking at. Recent MACD cross is... I would say, if anything, more confidence that it should be happening. Although the timing was wrong. I think this might have been the last dip. That's $7.2. Looks like it could have been the last dip there. We could see proper push there to the upside. And if I'm looking at the lower highs, they breached right there. So if anything... Yeah, the trend is up for Ebon. I'm just gonna remove this arrow. It's not gonna help that much, to be honest. Although we have seen in the past that it kind of cancels out and then falls again. Yeah. Market cap of 1.3 billion. I'm not changing my mind on this. I think it's going to run to $10. It will take some days, though. I don't know why I drew it that way, but it's going to take some... It's not going to just pop like that. It's going to take some... I would say a week or two as we see the Nasdaq come back up. And Tesla's moving up. And where's my phone? I wanted to take some profits and put it into Palantir. So Let me actually do that right now. I put some into Palantir right now. It's just a small amount, nothing really substantial. All right. Okay, so which stock is going to be next? Inan Ajiba coming in with a $3 donation. Thank you. Appreciate that. What do you think about tomorrow market? Also CLSK. I think the market is looking good. I think we're not looking bad. So far, so good. I think we're still ready to be popping throughout April. I think we've seen the worst. We're now seeing sideways consolidation. We've seen a rotation. We've seen the Suez Canal being stuck. You know, the ship was stuck. The Ever Given was stuck there. The hedge fund blew the friggin' hell up. What more negative news did we have? We had yields going up. The dollar was going up. The Fed didn't want to help. Everything happened. And where are we right now? The Nasdaq is down, well, 8%, 9%. S&P close to all-time highs. Dow Jones, all-time highs. The Russell's down slightly. I think a lot of it's already priced in. I think legitimately there. I mean, what is going to happen next? I mean, is there a bank that's going to go bankrupt? Like, is there a bank legitimately like back in 2008 with the Lehman Brothers thing? You know, are we going to see that happen again? I don't think so. I think it's going to be just fine. I think we're going to see a rally to the upside. I said that this would be a green week. So far, I mean, yesterday it wasn't exactly green, but it was kind of sideways, which is not bad for an environment where everybody thinks we're crashing. If the market goes sideways, that's actually good, especially considering how far yields went up. Let's see. CLSK. Clean Spark. Hey, look at that. That's beautiful. All right, so yeah. Clean Spark's actually going up 4.3%. I think it's not done yet. If anything, it's going to go back to that 50-day moving average. Is going to test it, and we'll see. Because it's now crossing the 20-day moving average there in the 4 hours. Well, it's going to go to the 23.5-ish. If it breaches, we're going to see a gap fill to the 26.5. So be very wary of this. Of course, it's going to also move with the market. So if the markets are negative, it goes down. But yeah, I think there's still some juice in the tank. So probably another 10% or close to that. And it's about to be crossing on a daily chart. So maybe if we're lucky, it's going to be a complete gap fill to 29. Would not be surprised if that would happen here for Clean Spark. Oh, it's a $7 donation. I've never had a $7 donation before, I think. SAA coming in with the $7 donation and says, can you please look at WMT and V via C? WMT is Walmart via C. Isn't this the stock that, like... This is the one that they're talking about, right? The hedge fund that bought this company. I think it was this one. Oh gosh, sorry if you're holding this. This is horrible. Look at that. It just popped to the downside. Like, huge downturn. 30 billion market cap still though. Wow. I mean, they still have good revenue. It's not like the company's worth nothing. I don't think that's the case. Wait, when was the last time I was sitting at this price? 2019. It was lower here and moved up. Oh, okay, gotcha. That looks bad. That looks very bad. It's about to cross on the weekly. Not really attracted to this stock. I don't think it's that attractive, especially with the whole media attention that it had. Although I have to say, yeah, I just don't know enough about this company, to be honest. Consumer Services Broadcasting. I think staying away from this company makes a lot of sense, because we still don't know if they're still selling, or if they still have shares that they have to be selling for the whole liquidation part of the... oh my gosh, Tesla still keeps going up. That is phenomenal. Yeah, the market is about to be closing in about 15 minutes from now. I'm going to have to say, I think it might pop slightly. Just slightly to the 55. Just slightly. Never mind. It might go to the 50. And it's going to probably plummet again. Fundamentals are still good. I have to say, fundamentals are still good, but it's just all the negativity surrounding this company, right? So I don't know if these banks are still, whether they're still selling or not. If they're still selling, they could sell this all the way up to $30, maybe even lower than that. You don't know. So it's kind of a... Guys, there are many stocks out there where you don't have this situation going on. I would say it's very questionable. It could easily come back to 30. Easily come back to 30. I would not touch it. I would not touch this. This is not touchable. Shouldn't have sold Tesla, Gara. I only sold a small amount. I still have Tesla. Don't worry about that. I still got plenty. So I'll be fine. I sold a small amount to get into Palantir, which is sitting at very low prices. All right, so Walmart. I think Walmart is... Yeah, it is looking very attractive. Walmart, it's been looking attractive for a while. I said for a while that Walmart was going to go up, and it has been going up, and it's going to keep going up, and it's going to fill the gap right there. I mean, the trend... Guys, I think Walmart is looking like it's going to extend this rally. It's going to go up to the 140s. Yep, pretty much. I think Walmart looking really solid. Although it might be, you know, we might see some negativity short term before it actually rallies, but nevertheless, I do think it's going to be moving to the 143, 145-ish zone, and then probably top out. Richard Brewer coming in with a $5 donation and says, what do you think about LOW? I got in at 170. Thank you for that. Appreciate it. So, well, let's check it out. Whoa, 170, 190. You've been profiting, my man. You have been killing it. 170 to 190. That is great. 134 billion market cap. That is... What did... Retail trade. Okay, there you go. Home improvement chains. That's some revenue, right? So that is beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I think this moves with the housing market, doesn't it? It went from 60 to 190. Ugh. Damn. What happened on the monthly chart? Monthly chart is going uppity up, and kind of topping. Weekly chart. Looking questionable. Looks like there's more to be coming. But it's topping out on the short term. Maybe we can see this. Yeah, I think it's topping out on the short term, my man. I think at least it looks like the trend. Well, no, there's some room left, but I think it was on the weekly where you could properly see this. It's getting close to topping out, at least. It's... Interesting. 4-hour MACD cross potentially happening there. I would run away. I would... Personally, what I would do, I would paper hand this one and run away. Because it might drop 10%. It's sitting quite richly valued at the moment. at least short term, it's going to come back to the 20-day moving average, back to the 185, maybe bounce. If it doesn't bounce, well, guess what happens if it doesn't bounce? We've seen this happen previously with this company. If it doesn't bounce, well, so I would say it's sitting at, it's kind of topping out. I would have to say that. Yeah, it's kind of topping out. About to be crossing the 4 hours there. MACD at least. RSI sitting at overbought levels. Above the EMAs, right? It's pushing above, way above the EMAs. So it's about to be pulling back to the 20-day moving average. I wouldn't say that this is looking that bullish. I don't really think it's looking that bullish. It's been looking bullish, but it's about to be correcting to the downside. Yeah, probably a couple percentage points. 10 more minutes left until the market is going to be closing out, and the Nasdaq is plummeting. It is going down. Why is it going down? Well, who knows right now, because yields are going down. It's just going down for the sake of going down right now, to be really fair. Well, I mean, to be honest, 4 hours doesn't look that attractive. It's the 1 hour that I was looking at that actually crossed and now is kind of failing us. Keep in mind, like I said, it doesn't go up in one line, so we can see some red candles before the trend just actually picks up. So we'll see that happen probably tomorrow. Yields to 1.8% overnight. I don't think so. I really don't think so. It's falling off, actually. It's not even in the bull channel. Yields are not even in the bullish channel that we've seen it been in. It actually is coming down. So that whole theory of yields going up, I don't think so. I think if that's the case, then we'll probably... There's some room to the downside, right? So there is some room to the downside here before it actually bounces off. It could bounce right away, of course, but it's less probable. Less probable indeed. So maybe one spike and then come down, but... Yeah, the 1.8 is very close, though. .8 actually pretty close. Pretty darn close. What's happening to Palantir? Palantir's coming down. AI is still up. Interesting. We've got about 8 minutes left. 8 minutes left until the market is going to be closing up here. And it's going to be closing its doors for today. Alright, I'm back. Diamond hand Tesla till 2030. Oh, as you say this, Tesla pumps up. Interesting. XPeng is actually going up 7% today. So it went from 5 to 6 to 7. So 7% upside on the XPeng. And the yields are proceeding to go down here. But, you know, we've seen this before, where yields go down to support level, then bust to the upside. So, yeah, we're going to have to be careful there. It is a pattern. I mean, we've seen this happen right here. It was a painful one. It's like, oh, it's going down. It's going down. And it busts up to the upside. And this happened when it, I think what happened is it consolidated at the 50-day moving average and then saw a huge move there. So that it is possible, still possible, for that to be happening tomorrow. Because it's going to be the 31st. Christopher Luna says, I've never sold a single share of Tesla, Gara. That is some dedication. Yeah, so far so good. We're not seeing a market sell-off like a lot of people have been saying. Oh, yeah, this is definitely not a stock market crash. I'm going to keep saying it. Although this does look like it's kind of moving down here. 1 hour trend is still not quite crossing, and we're seeing the Nasdaq sell off even further into the next day. Fascinating. I am so tempted to get Palantir. To get more Palantir, actually. What's happening on the 4 hours? Yeah, okay. And the Nasdaq is now plummeting. There you go. Crossing on the 4 hour chart now. That's bad. You don't want to see this. Generally speaking, you do not want to be seeing this. Is there anything that looks very, very cheap? Value stocks are down. AI 1.4% up. Oh darn it! The last minutes of the market, and Nasdaq just dumps. Look at that. Dump after dump after dump. Fascinating. And it's still falling. People buying right there. Anybody got ARKX stock? Somebody asks. Let me check ARKX. How is ARKX doing on its first day? I think it's doing okay. It's uptrending. Initially went down, but I think it's gonna bounce. Like all ARK stocks, rally to the upside, never stop rallying. It's kind of interesting how that works. Will we see another dump right before the market closes? That's been the pattern. So something like this would be probable there. It would be kind of funny if that would happen, actually. Let's see if that's going to be the case. Because that would be very predictable. That would basically mean that institutions are propping it up to just dump it absolutely to the ground. 3 minutes left. 3 minutes. So what are they? Oh, there it's dumping again. Fascinating. It's holding the trend line so far. At the 12,860. 2 more minutes left until the market closes. Will it dump into the market close? Come on. Dump already. No, I think it's going to hold that trend line, to be honest. It's a good support level, actually. Oh, there you go. What the hell was that? Well, yeah, we're looking at the 1 minute, so candles are moving very fast. And it's pumping. Look at that pump. Oh. Moving very, very fast, right? C3 is still positive. Palantir is positive. Tesla is killing it, up 3.8%. Good day today, eh? Not bad. That last minute pump. Look at that last minute pump right there. The markets are going to close any second now. Any second. Okay. Palantir 22 AI. Oh, look at that. Whoa. Look at that move. Still moving up. That last couple seconds of the market. Do you see that? Do you see what's happening here? Do you see that candle? Right before the market closes. Look at that. Huge move. It went all the way up to 12,900. Institutions bought in again. Last minutes. Hilarious. That was hilarious. Like, what the hell happened there, right? But yeah, that's how it works, right? Last minute pump again from these institutions. That was not retail. Yeah. Okay, so the Nasdaq is down 0.5 percentage point. The Russell is up 1.6. S&P is just down 0.3. Same with the Dow Jones, about 0.3 downside. Today was a okay day. Not bad. Not bad at all. We're not seeing huge downturns, which is still good. Keep in mind, this could be a market crash. You know, if you see huge downturns of like 3 to 5%, well, yeah, then we're talking about a market crash. So far, none of that's been happening. We're just seeing sideways consolidation. We're seeing Nasdaq react to bad news, to the dollar rising, yields going up, triggering, I would say, downturns in growth and tech stocks. So far, none of it has been changing. It's been the same thing every single time. Yeah, it's been a great day so far. There were some good plays to be made. Personally bought some more Palantir and some more Tesla today, and some more C3.ai as well at the 60. I think it was $62, $61. AI. Oh boy, we're in for a ride. I think it's generally it is going to be popping. I think probably tomorrow. MACD is about to be popping to the upside. Look at that. Tomorrow is going to be an event for C3.ai. MACD is going to cross tomorrow. And we'll see how that's going to be. We'll see how it's going to be like. There's a very, very high short interest rate on C3.ai, so we'll see how it goes. All right. Some game being played behind the scenes. Yeah, well, that's the market makers for you. That is the market makers for you. Speaking about games, guys, make sure you join the Discord community. Community link is in the live chat. It is completely free. I'll reside there among other people. Make sure you join the Discord community. Link is in the live chat. Neo filled in the gap. Really? Did they fill the gap? Let me check. Check. So far, Neo's going exactly as predicted, which is beautiful. Okay, let me just set up my chair. This is looking quite good, actually. This is not bad. Okay. Alright, so I was just looking at some stocks. Anyway, guys, have a good one. Thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. I would really appreciate it if you would hit that like button, and also subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed yet. I'm live every single day from basically, well, before the pre-market or before the market opens and before the market closes, about 4 to 5 hours a day. If you don't want to miss out, make sure you tap that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell notification so you can follow along. But yeah, have a good one, everybody. Make sure you join the Discord. Once again, Discord link is in the live chat. I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. Okay, have a good one, guys. See you tomorrow. What did I want to say? Oh yeah, see you tomorrow. With the we're gonna watch the C3.ai event together, and it's gonna pop, all right. And it's gonna be an interesting one.